In this video demonstration, we are going to look at editing entities that we have added into our workspace. The first thing is selecting objects or entities. First, you need to get to your arrow tool. One, you can select it here in the toolbox, or two, since we were on wall to begin with, if you hit escape on your keyboard, you are now into your arrow tool. Go over top of an entity like this line, click on it, it highlights the green. You can either one, hit delete on your keyboard, or right click and go to delete. If I want to delete multiple lines or walls or any other object, I can drag a box. Which way you drag affects which entities are highlighted. If I go from the bottom right and drag a box to the upper left, it will capture everything that it is touching. If I do that same feature and go from the top right to the bottom left, if I go from the top left to the bottom right, it will drag, or it will select those same objects. How do we drag an object? Now that this wall is highlighted, they have two nodes, or what the program calls nodes. If you select on one, you get this little fly out box, and you can move this to be closer depending on where you want it. Right now it's on stretch. We want to go to drag. Now that I'm on drag, I can move this anywhere on the screen. Same with this one. I'm on this wall, I can drag this anywhere on the screen. Same with the lines. I can drag these as well. The next feature is stretch. I want these walls to make a nice intersection, not hang over one another. By going to stretch, I can take this node and snap it to the wall. I'm going to take this node and drag it down. It snaps. If you look at this wall, I have a nice intersection on this wall. What if I want to rotate an object or an entity? I can take this wall, again with that flyout menu, by selecting one of these nodes. You have the option here to rotate. I'm going to rotate this object by first clicking on one node, dragging horizontally or vertically. I'll go vertical. And then I can rotate based on that vertical orientation. So in this case, I would want to have a wall to connect these two. I'll go up here to draw a wall. Now drag from one wall to the other. If I want to make this wall longer, I can just select on it. I can hit stretch, and you'll see that my distance comes up. I want this wall to be 20 feet. I can override that dimension and make that 20 feet. If I know that I want this wall to be 20 feet as well, I can type in 20, and that wall length will change. Well, here I want to drag this wall now. My flyout menu pops up. I want to drag that wall to that snap point. I've now set those distances of those walls, and I have clean intersections of the wall. Some find just constructing the walls by themselves much easier than using construction lines. Whatever system works for you, use it. One more thing. The wall thickness. Clicking on the wall up here in your information box, everything here is based on the wall because that's the object I'm selecting. It tells me how tall the wall is, the base height of the wall, and how thick the wall is. For exterior walls, having a 9-inch thickness isn't uncommon, but what if we were making interior walls? Now let's go through that process. Just going to quickly finish off this area. Again, I'm going to stretch this wall in to make a nice intersection. Here's my exterior walls of my house. Now I want to add some interior walls. I can do so just by setting my distance from my walls and putting them on. But your interior walls are very rarely 9 inches thick, especially in residential construction. So how do I change that? All I have to do is select the wall, and I'm going to change that to 4 inches. Make sure you use the inch symbol. If you don't, it will be 4 feet. Once I select off of it, you'll see that this wall is now much thinner than the other wall. I want to change this wall too. This is another interior wall. I'm going to make that 4 inches as well. In order for this to avoid this from happening over and over, before you draw the wall, if you set this to 4 inches, because you know you're going to be drawing interior walls, now you can start drawing your walls, and all the walls that you construct until you change it again will be 4 inches wide. Here's a case where we don't have a nice intersection. All I have to do is select this wall, and we can stretch that out to form that nice intersection. If we want these walls to change, let's say we started with 9-inch walls to begin with, and you had some interior walls here that were 9 inches. But now knowing that you can change the size or the thickness of the walls, and you want to change all these at one time, and this goes for any entity that you have, if you hold in Shift on your keyboard and select each of these entities, being that they're all walls, you can change them all at one time. I'm going to change the thickness to 4 inches. And all four walls here have changed to be 4 inches thick. Can I still stretch and drag these walls? Yes, I can. I can stretch this wall all the way across. I can drag this wall down. And I'll essentially change the layout of the rooms in my house just by dragging and stretching. This is how you edit walls using ArchiCAD.